Welcome to JMockit tutorial. This is the fifth edition of JMockit tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to learn expectations and delegate. How to use in while you are mocking, and what is the advantage of using expectation and delegate. An expectation represents a set of invocations to a specific mocked methods or constructor for a given test case. It provides a different option to invoke a same method, as well as it will allow you to forcefully configure the return expected result for a particular method. We'll see in practical session. Hope you are aware of the calculator class. If you are not aware of the calculator class, you can revisit my previous sessions which I explained in detail. So this calculator class I am going to use for explaining my expectation block as well as delegation also. So this is the logic what I am going to show you. Present, we are going to perform the operation on add functionality. I am going to use @mocked for the calculator class. So I declare at the top @mocked for my calculator class, and calculator is the object which is created, @mocked which I used for this test case. Let us see how it will work when we annotate with @mocked. Let me debug the code. Let me run this test case. We'll see. Make sure that you selected JUnit 5 and calculator test class. Let us debug the code. We'll wait for the result. It will take some more time. So the expected result is 0. Let us see the result. So we are going to see the result in return value. So return value is 0 since the class is mocked. Hope you people are aware of how the mock will work. If you are not aware of how the mock will work, you can revisit my previous video to understand the annotation. Let's observe the code how we are going to use the expectation. I written the code before this video so that it will help you to understand it better. So it will consume my time very less. So new expectation is the one which I declared, which is as a part of JMockit. It have two open braces and two closed braces, as well as I given the semicolon. This is the signature whenever we are going to use the expectation. Calculator perform math add operation. This is the one what I am going to perform the expectation on this, where I am saying that a result of this should be always 3. You can see that I am performing the add operation and I am sending the parameters 10 and 10, which is very much similar to the input parameters, and result equal to 3, which means that every time it will return 3. But actually our output is 20, but we are hard coding in expectation in such a way that it should return 3. So this is the class, and I kept the debugger here to show you. In calculator method will never execute. It will hard code and it will give. Let us run the test case. Debug configuration. Let us JUnit 5. Let us wait for the result to come. So now we can wait for some more time. You can see that expectation block got executed. We'll release the debugger to see the actual output in our return value. Let us wait for some more time. Let the value to come in return value. Release, next step, return value. Sorry, let me go to one step ahead. So now you can see the return value is 3. But the actual output is 20, but we hard coded in expectation block saying that return value should be always 3. This is how it will work. You can see that it never came in the calculator class, even though we kept the debugger. So assert equal to true, since the return value is greater than 0. So you can see that return value is 3. You can use the expectation block whenever you want to modify the return value of a particular method. So let us see a few more examples using expectation block. Let's see our JUnit test case executed and status is green. See, in this case you can see that different parameters we added. 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So here we in expectation block also each return result will be hard coded. So you can see that result 3, 4 as well as result 5. So when we execute this test case, we are expecting 3, 4, 5. So here we can see that 10, 10 as an input parameter, and the next one is 20, 30, and third one is 40 and 50. So different input types we added and different return types we are testing as a part of expectation block. So let us see in the return value, first return value we are expecting a 3 because it's going to match with the 10, 10, 10, 10. Return value 2, input parameter it is matching with 20, 30. Third one is 40, 50. It's similar. So corresponding return type will be given. So run this code, debug configuration, and JUnit 5 debug. So let us wait for the result to come. It will take some more time in my system. So let us wait. So you can see result it's set to 3 for the first parameter 10, 10, and the next one 20, 30 it's set result as 4, and third one for 40, 50 it set the result as 5. So after expectation block, when it comes to the return value, so we are going to expect the value as 3 since the input parameter add 10, 10 is matching with the expectations add 10, 10. So now this is the value what it returned. See, it's going to match with this as well as it's going to match with this while executing and returning the result value. So let us continue our debug. So here we are expecting the value as 4. So yeah, this is the value what we are expecting, result equal to 4, since it is comparing with add 2032 add 2030. So corresponding expectation block will be executing. So third one return 3. So in this case we are expecting the return value as 5 since it is matching with the value 40 and 50. Let us release our debugger and we will see our output. So you can see my JUnit status is green. Yes, it is executed successfully. So this is how the expectation block will work. Different scenario. Let us see a different scenario how we can make the code simple. So in this example we added any int. Okay, we have three type of perform method operations 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. For which we are going to execute the test case. In this case, every time it will return a result of value 3. Debug the code and we will see. So let us debug configuration, JUnit 5 debug. So if it is int, you are using any int. If it is a string, any string. Similarly, you are going to use the parameter what you are passing. So now result 3 came, your expectation block got executed. So return value is 3 irrespective of what it is returning. Let me go to the next step. So here also we are expecting a value as 3. So let me go to the next one, return equal to 3, yes. Then let me go to the next step, return value 3. Here also we are expecting a return 3. So we minimized the code which we return in expectation block by using any int and any int. So it's depend upon what kind of input parameter you are using. So here I used any int, any byte. So many type of facilities are available. Result 3 we hard coded so that every time it's going to return the value as 3. Let me release and let us see the JUnit output. Yes, it is green. So we'll see a different scenario. In earlier, you've seen that result is always we hard coded as 3. Now in this scenario, we are hard coding different values. For that, we are going to use returns. in this returns it is going to return value as 3, 4, 5, like return value 3, return value 2 is 4, and return value 3 will be 5. So similarly we will execute and we will see how it will return the values. Used any int so that it should accept any type of integer input parameters. Any method we can execute with any int which is input parameter. Let us debug the code and we will see. Debug, and we will wait for some time so that it will return the result for us. Return value will be used when you want to show different values for different method. So now we are going to wait for expectation block got executed. Let us release the debugger to come out of the expectation. So now out of the expectation, go one step, return value. We are expecting a 3 here. So inspect element. Yeah, so we got value 3, which is the first parameter of returns, and here we are expecting a 4. Then the last value which you are expecting is 5. So return value 3 will give the result of 3. So this is what the expectation and returns. It returned 3 parameters. So now in next session we will see different options available with the delegate. So delegate will be used when you want to customize the return type, means result. So you want to perform some other operation and you want to give the result, or you want to set the value of that return to a result. Now you can see new delegate calculator. Calculator is the method for which we are going to perform the operation. So now you can see that we assign this to the result. Int perform math string operation int k int m, which is very much similar to the one what we selected. So here we kept the debugger to see whether it is coming inside the calculator, and you can see that O calculator perform math. Actually I am performing a subtract operation with the value 15 and 10. Whatever the return value I am going to get, which I am going to assign it to the result. This is the beauty of delegate. So output of the subtraction is assigned to the return value, and that return will be returned as a part of this delegate and assign the value back to the result. So return value here, in the return value will be the output of the result what we are doing. So it may be confusing. Let us debug the code and we will see. So whatever the subtraction operation performed, that value will be assigned to the int return value. So let us debug the code and we will see what the output we are getting. So the expected output will be 5. So let us see the output. So we'll see the debugger. So you can see that return value will be. So let me go one step next. So here return value will be 5. So this is how the delegate will work. So if you want to customize the result, you can see it. So inspect element, the output is 5. So you can see that we perform the subtract operation 15 and 10, which perform the minus operation, and it given the value as 5. So let me release my debugger. Let me click on forward and let me see my JUnit result. Yes, as expected, it is green. So this is how expectations will work, and these are the scenarios. Thanks for watching expectation and delegation in JMockit. In next session, we will see what is verification and how it will be used. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching this.